In today's episode, we come to you with the new Mainstays Basic Yarn. Basic, but we're going to show you how to become brilliant. Today's episode on tattoos and crocheting, we have Lori. How are you, ma'am?
Awesome. How are you? Today's project is a couch cover.
Couch
for
cover.
this couch right here.
Okay.
And
You see, guys, what happens when you have kids, they're stains and they're messy. And instead of beating them and going to jail, what you do is you put a cover on it. Now, what colors do we have today? What made you choose this color specifically?
Because it goes good with the couch.
Okay, okay.
And I like these colors.
Okay.
And
It
look
goes
at the
with
gray
the...
walls. Over here by the TV, you can see that it matches up perfectly.
Okay. See, what we had here was a blanket. And we just figured that, hey, we love Batman, but, you know, it's just not happening. We need to have that new style, that new...
modern style.
So what would you call this? Would you call it a couch cover or would you call it a couch display?
A couch cover, because even when it's cold and you're sitting here, you can also cover yourself.
Oh, okay, okay. So let me ask you this, Mrs. Lawson, Ms. W. Lawson. What patterns did you choose for this blanket and why?
This is called a double crochet. And then this is the front post and back post. I chose this because I didn't want to just be basic. I wanted it to be a little fancier. So I chose this style to be on the couch. And
Okay.
that's the way it's going to look.
Okay, so partly on this episode we talk about the crocheting, but the next question is about your tattoos. What made you get the TP? Because I noticed the TP. I noticed there was many things. Now, would you happen to be a sort of Indian, Native American, or so?
So I am sort of Native American. I used to live in this teepee. This was my house back in the days.
Okay, okay.
So this tells a story, you know.
So there's been many arrows, and what does that say?
If you read it, the meaning of it means, and it's in Apache, I am of the Great Spirit.
Oh, okay. Okay, so...
And this is the peace pipe.
Oh, okay. So you bring peace amongst your fellow constituents.
Yes, and this brings me peace right here. Peace
Okay.
of mind.
Peace of mind?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next question, totally off the subject. Are you a cat person? Because I see a cat sweater.
I'm a cat person, and I'm a pit bull person, too.
Oh, you're a pit bull mama?
Yes, I am. I have a princess, and I have a king. King Ross, and I have a Princess Gucci. Gucci Mama. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I love my animals.
So, if you were a spirit animal, what animal would you be?
A pit bull.
A pit bull. No.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I find them loyal. I find them loving. I find their spirit just so peaceful. And they can sense when you're sad. They'll come in and comfort you. And they feel when you're happy. They come and play. Little rough, very strong, willed, and all around just a protective animal. That's why I love pit bulls.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, going back to the crochet, we'll dig a little bit deeper in a minute. But going back to this now, what is this considered a braid that you would have been taught that was passed down from maybe the past Apache culture?
Yes, generations from generations. My grandmother would sit and crochet all day long, and she would sew and she would paint. She had multi-talents, and a lot of her offsprings got different gifts from her. Some can paint, some can crochet, some can sew, and that's basically, we all got the gifts from my Nana Esperanza Santa Cruz from Superior, Arizona.
Okay, so my next question for you is, if you could describe her, what was her name, and what was your favorite memory?
My Nana Esperanza. My favorite memory was sitting in the living room with her as she would sit on a rocking chair crocheting, watching General Hospital, and I would sit there to watch her. Then I would see her go and cook all this amazing food, and she would make so many different dishes just for dinner because she knew that these grandchildren didn't like this or vice versa, or so she'd make variety of things every single day, and it was always fresh homemade food, and that's what I remember of
Okay.
her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was her name?
Esperanza.
Esperanza.
Hope.
Hope.
And I also named my daughter after her.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So she happens to be your hope.
Yes.
Okay.
Esperanza mía.
Now, going back.
Going way
What was your first
back.
tattoo?
My first tattoo was this little cross right here. It was in the 5th grade.
It was on the middle finger?
Yeah. And what happened was I had a ring on it so my mother wouldn't see it. And the ring turned my finger green, so I had to take the ring off, and it got infected. And my stepfather seen it. His name was Pepe. And he got my finger and said he was going to chop it off. But he didn't. Of course, I still have it. But that was my first tattoo.
So what you're saying, he
Yeah, and
threatened
then
that you would never be able to
second.
flip anyone off again.
Yeah.
What was your second one?
This little dot right there.
Okay.
Those are my 2 first ones.
Okay. Going back.
And it was my cousin's fault, Stacy, because she's the one that made me get it.
So, what would you say about the yarn? I know you mentioned one of our conversations was you felt that you didn't want to overpay for any products. So, my next question to you is, what would you recommend on the average spending, or even the amount that it would take to make this project complete?
So, that is a very, very good question, and I'll tell you why. Because in the last 5 years that I've been crocheting, I've learned the hard way by buying yarn, going to Michael's, Joann's, so on and so forth, and their yarn is pretty expensive, so I have spent a lot of money on yarn. Finally, I found this yarn, which is Mainstay, and it's a Walmart brand. It's $1.97, and by itself, it's not too great, but I decided to double it up, and once I did, this is the 3rd blanket I've made, no, 4th blanket I've made so far. This one's a couch cover, but I've noticed how heavy it is if you do the double. So, very inexpensive, and this is the best way to go. The only bad thing is they don't have a lot of our variety of colors. But other than that, the yarn's perfect.
So what you're saying in this case, when you're a Raider fan,
Yes.
you're going to be very excited.
Yeah. They also have colors, different colors, but not a lot. Not very many. I know they do have them, like my friend lives in Texas, and she sent me a few of this brand, and I haven't been able to find it over here. So, yeah, I wish they would sell more of this yarn here in California.
Oh, okay. So what was the cost of it again?
$1.97 a seat.
$1.97. And what would you say it's going to cost to be able to cover this love seat that you're sitting in?
Okay, let's see. I want to say about $35, $40. No more.
$35, $40. So guys, this project that we have here today with this love seat, hey, it happens to be Valentine's right around the corner. So in this love seat, what we have for you is how many again? How many yarns is it going to take?
Oh, I didn't count. I just said about $40, so that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. About maybe 18 rolls of yarn.
18 rolls of yarn.
Yeah, but
so
I'm doubling it up, so 8 and 8.
8 and 8. Okay,
No,
so
9 and 9, sorry.
so 8 times 2.
Yes.
Okay. So What would you say the cost is?
$32.
Okay, perfect, guys. So what you could do, guys, is
Use a calculator.
yes, yeah, we'll figure that out later, guys. We'll put it on the screen at the
I
end.
want to say $40.
Actually, it was a trick question. The riddle was, how many crocheting yarn bundles does it take to cross the road? Well, guys.
Get to the other side.
Well, guys, we just want to thank you, and if you could like or subscribe. See, we're new to this, but we're not new to the game.
There you go.
So, guys,
Old school.
yes, we're old school. She happens to be an old fool that has became cool.
There you go.
So, guys,
100%.
what we're gonna do now is show you the technique.
Then once I get to the end, this is the next technique going
So
in.
guys, this is not for beginners. You may have to put this in slow motion or slow the actual play speed on your YouTube account.
And then you go back.
So describe what you're doing right now.
So I'm going back. This is called the back post. So you go, you yarn over, you go through the back, you grab up the yarn. Sorry about that. See, this is really time consuming. And then you go through the first set, the second set. Then you grab some yarn, go on the front post, and then you do the same thing. Same thing. Grab the yarn, go to the back, grab it, go to the first two, then the second two. Then you grab it, go to the front, go up, you have 3 on there, you go to the first two, the second two. Then you grab it, go to the back, 3, go to the 2, 2. Grab it, go to the front, first 2, second 2. Back, front, and you just go back and forth until you get this effect right here. And that's how it goes.
Well, all right, guys. You guys seen it here. Not first, but definitely best. Again, guys, you could. Where can we find you?
On Facebook,
Okay, what is your Facebook account?
Lori Santa Cruz Lawson.
Okay. Well, guys, you guys have a wonderful day, and let the crocheting begin.